We look at ourselves as a platform to foster sustainability as a way of life.
It's also about fostering social innovation, fostering social entrepreneurship. In the long run, what really matters is this informal kind of mentorship.
So the way to identify social needs is actually to spend a lot of time in the field.
One of the ways in which social innovation is driven is informally.
Every activity has to be socially relevant. I am Professor Ramana and I teach at Xavier Institute of Management, Bhubaneswar. In my understanding, any innovation and every innovation is social in nature. Unless an innovation has a meaning, it is not an innovation. And something will become meaningful provided it is meaningful for the entire society. So therefore, in my understanding, there is nothing called anti-social innovation or unsocial innovation. So in my understanding, whether it is a technical or a scientific or academic, almost every innovation in my understanding is social in nature. Though our main program is the management program for MBA students, but several professors at XIM at an individual level as well as a group, we have been observing, working with different classes of society. So in that way, Institute encourages us because they give us time, sometimes financial support and logistic support to carry on any activity beyond our normal academic activities. So in that way, I'll say that Xavier Institute of Management has been quite supportive and encouraging to these type of innovations. Not only XIM, I would say that any large organization should provide the platform, should provide the necessary facilities, should provide financial and physical infrastructure. But the very fact that they are allowing me to travel, meet my street vendors, all the street vendors, they come to my campus, we conduct classes for them, and there is absolutely no cost for that. I would say that an organization, if can allow the faculty or the members of the organization to work without much hindrances, itself is a major contribution towards that particular activity. XIMB is quite a large organization, so several professors at their own level have initiated, coordinating several innovations. But this particular SBOSS project, which I am involved in, for us, for our team, the School for Business on Street is taking a significant amount of time and energy, and we hope that it can be taken forward with more and more people and also rolled out to other parts of Orissa. And if time and energy and resources available, we are also planning to roll it out to the entire country. So by 2008 and 2009, about 30 to 40 street vendors become our pilot, and that has actually become more and more intense as we move along. So the learnings, there are many learnings. Number one, the first learning, as I mentioned, that whatever we teach in a big B school, the large B school, is every component is relevant for the business on street, number one. Number two, the street vendors have no time to come to the school, so we have to go to the street, number two. Number three, street vendors will not have the interest to understand the jargons, so unless we make them relevant and useful for them, this entire project can go for a big toss. Number four is that it is possible to bring people from different background and make them interested in this project, provided we are able to create the necessary infrastructure. And number 5, the most important learning is that I have to keep away the usual professorial style of teaching when I go and interact with the street vendor. I have to be very friendly with them, I have to sit down with them, talk to them, and spend a lot of time just watching them instead of just saying that Michael Porter is useful, so please use Michael Porter. It's not useful for them. SBOSS is, in my understanding, it has the potential to become a revolution. It's a potential to bring people of different classes of society come together. How? Whatever we teach in the B school, most of the students, 90% of the students use that in for the large industry. But what we see on the business on the street or on the street, that every aspect of the management education, we feel it is relevant for the business on street. So therefore, a small group of us, we thought, we will relate, we will take the school to the street, because the street vendor cannot come to the school. So in brief, SBOSS is actually taking the B school to the street rather than making the vendors come to the school. There is a need for every activity, whether it is higher education or industry or even entertainment, there is a need for us to keep in mind that the project or that initiative has to be socially relevant. So therefore, in my understanding, we have to openly talk about it. Maybe academic institutes, not only at higher education, but at the school level, colleges, we have to start openly discuss the relevance of embedding our activities in the society, making it relevant not only to the larger world, but also the world very nearer to them. I often tell my students at college and my institute that it is necessary that you become relevant. How to become relevant? You can be relevant by contributing something to the people around you. So the moment you start thinking about how will I make myself relevant, I think there is a need for some form of innovation required. And that innovation, I'll say, is a social innovation.